listening to Reset Race. You now tuned in to Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race. You're now tuned in to Reset Race. What? Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Back on the grill again. We grilling them. You're listening to Reset Race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in to Reset Race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake. Lineage go back to U.S. Southern plantations. Lineage, Jim Crow and mass incarceration. Redline and lynchings. We are old from this nation. You're not about justice if you ain't for reparations. MG the wise one. Cousin mother intellectual. Samantha bringing fire. Anti-black we pressing you. No permanent friends and no permanent enemies. The backbone of the country. To win you need our energy. You gon' see. Listening to Reset Race. You now tuned in to Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race. You're now tuned in to Reset Race. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Back on the grill again. We grilling them. You're listening to Reset Race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in to Reset Race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake.
Hey, welcome to Reset Race, where we talk about race, we talk about reparations, we talk about how we're going to get to Star Trek, and the main thing we talk about is how race really functions in the United States of America, how it impacts policy and politics, and how we can change things to make things better for everybody. That sounded pretty. I'm Michael Graham from Activate Press, if I haven't said so. So that's somewhat of an introduction. So I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves. The crew is gonna introduce themselves, and we're gonna start because we do ladies first around here. We're gonna start off with Samantha Angelique. Sam, talk to the peoples.
Hey, so I am Samantha Angelique at me 17 trillion on Twitter, and also follow my backup at me 27 trillion because Twitter be playing games, and follow me on the Clubhouse because the team's about to start doing some shit over there.
Oh yeah, I'm on Clubhouse. I'm on Clubhouse too. I forgot. I'm on Clubhouse.
Mm-hmm. So you can.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so you can find me on Clubhouse.
I got
too.
all the 3 followers. Yeah.
Yo, you're gonna have a bunch of followers once we get started, MG. You're gonna be king of Clubhouse.
Yeah, whatever. Nobody ever talks to me. Nobody likes talking to me.
So and then I'm gonna finally get resetrace.org up and running. I'm gonna make sure we're gonna push for February. I think we can have that fully operational by February 1st.
Yes, ma'am.
Get it popping. So yeah, that's it. And that's all. Let's get this show started.
All right, Big John, what you got, man?
Yeah, it's John C. You follow me on Twitter at John Daniel C. Like I said, I'm here. I'm just here to get justice for my people. We got an interesting video today. This is gonna be we got shit. I ain't gonna get too far into it, and I also just want to say, I know y'all be hearing me cursing and yelling, saying nigga. Listen, let me tell you this right now. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say, but out of respect from some of the elders, I'm trying to tone it down. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tone it down and come a little better on here. You know what I mean? To represent my people better. You know what I'm saying? But we back to the grill. Let's go. Fair enough. We back to the grill.
But in all fairness, the way I talk around my grandmama. So get over it. There's only one person that I don't cuss around, and that is my grandmother Rosie. And that's because if you look up Christian black lady in the dictionary, it's her picture with a halo. That's the only Christian lady that actually practices Christian values that I've ever really met. Like she will, if you ain't got no food, she will cook for you, or she will find someone to bring you some food. If you ain't got no clothes, she gonna find somebody who got some extra clothes or some shoes, or if she gotta cough up some money and actually buy them for you, she gonna do it. She gonna take care of the babies. Like
that's good stuff right there.
So she's the only person who gets that kind of respect.
pillar
Nobody
of
else
the community.
does.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. But you got a bunch of Negroes like y'all got me turn. Y'all be having me bust around. Y'all. I be ready to hurt something. Like what? Fuck these motherfuckers. Let's get
Come
it.
on, Mud. Come on, Mud.
All right, for sure. Let's do it.
All right, bud. Talk to him.
Yeah, they call me Mud. You can find me on Twitter at of lineage. Also, I'm on Instagram at of lineage. I'm on Clubhouse too. Yeah. And what else I got? Oh, Bitter Dose TV. We are moving to Actified Press, Reset Race. You can find all our new episodes over there.
Yeah, come to the Reset Race. Come to the Reset Race YouTube. We're gonna get them up there. Start building that channel.
We're gonna get them popping.
Yeah, so for sure. Bitter Dose on Reset Race. I love it. I'm so excited for the new network. And for y'all, we gonna have an ally show coming up. That'll be coming up by the end of the month too. Like we don't drag our feet around here.
Yep. So, that ally show is going to be important. It's going to be important because we got to have these conversations, man. We got to have these conversations.
Yeah. And some of y'all who like to talk shit in the comments, that might be your show pimping. So if y'all want to get up here and
get embarrassed. I mean,
not get embarrassed, not at all. That's not the point of the show. But we definitely will let you come up and have a conversation. Just make sure that you can substantiate your claims with scholarship. Because I don't like just random stuff, and I don't do a hominin stuff neither. Even though we be talking shit and cracking jokes about these people, we make sure that we dismantle their arguments with data and facts.
We just do it in a fun way.
That's it. Yeah, because Black people, they're gonna bring up a roasting culture. Like this is what we do.
Yeah, but they're gonna bring up an Adolph Reed video, and that's gonna be their scholarship. That means they know all about Black folks.
And Adolph Reed and his "I see clean Negroes everywhere." Like this is fucking the Sixth Sense. Like the fuck, just because you see Negroes clean doesn't mean that they got money. Like you just don't like to look like people. We don't like to look like shit. Like come on, bruh. I cannot with that dude. And then I talk about and then the dude talk about you need to read Marxism. Every time I try to read Marxism, I want to just go to sleep. This is so boring. Listen, y'all. He's like a classic Marxist, and I was like, "Yo, Mud already said that like Marxism, they always expected Black people to be a permanent underclass. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't even understand."
See, that's the thing that bothers me about all these people talking Marx. I'm so tired of old dead white men deciding what the fuck Black folks need to do in the United States. You know what I mean? They never lived our life. No serf had to live our life, right?
Go ahead, Mud, because you be actually dealing with these shit.
Go ahead, Mud.
But the shit that kills me is not even white American motherfuckers that they want to fucking focus all this energy towards. It's always these European motherfuckers that never been to America.
Never met a slave,
no Negro something about. You gotta listen to him. This is what he gonna get to. That's what you gotta do.
I am so sick of that. None of them have lived a contemporary Black life. None of them. Contemporary American Black life. None of them. Not a one.
My whole thing is, why are we looking at people from like 100 years ago to solve problems of today? Like we are in a whole new world. Can we come up with some new shit? I'm not saying that we need to throw out everything, but can we like take a little bit of this, take a little bit of that, and build something new? Like you are the most unoriginal motherfuckers ever. Like this is why this country sucks, because you people are in charge. Whew, sorry,
I need motherfuckers. I need motherfuckers that have been around at least as long as computers been around. Like I need that.
Oh shit.
Jesus, there's no new evolution. There's no new thought in the world. What the fuck? Okay, let's get this shit started because we just
all right, we just grilling folks and just didn't even get it started yet. Okay, so this is called Sam Harris on reparations. Sam Harris and David Pakman are going to discuss reparations for 5 minutes and 28 seconds, and we're going to destroy both of them. That's what we do. That's how we get down. All right?
Really?
Yes.
That's really nice.
Yeah. All right. So
nothing better than beating white men first thing in the morning.
They gonna learn today. All right, Sam. Let's rock and roll, baby.
Oh, did I not set the thing where? Oh, boo.
Boo, Sam.
Kill the DJ. Okay, here we go.
Now, reparations for slavery is not something I've thought much about. I think my bias is, I mean, my bias is certainly that it's worth thinking about and may in fact be the right thing.
Yes.
And I'm not quite sure what the form is. I mean, how you do it, but I would not be at all surprised that if I thought more about it, and if I had more, if I had a conversation with people who had better ideas about it than I've currently heard, that I could be convinced that not only would it be acceptable, but just it would be a moral necessity to do it, right? So I'm totally open-minded on the reparations issue, but talk about another way to lose to Trump, right? I mean, this is let's wait 2 years before we have this conversation.
This is now. So okay, now we finally got to one where what you described.
Stop.
So
I'm so tired of this wait till the perfect moment argument. It's the same thing with this forced to vote bullshit. Right?
So 1865, we got out of slavery. They didn't give us reparations. 10 years later, they were like, well, y'all niggas been out of slavery for 10 years. What the fuck you need reparations for? Y'all good now. Pull your shit up by your bootstraps. Pull our shit up by our bootstraps. They light our fucking boots and houses on fire. And then we get to like the 60s and we get to 2021. They said, well, slavery was a long time ago. You should have got paid back then, but you tried to kill us and you locked us up when we tried to get our money back then. You motherfuckers. That's it. What else y'all got?
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, man, it's just classic argument. I think it's funny. They only tell us to wait. They don't tell nobody else to wait. It's always wait. Especially us. I mean, like, I understand that the progressives, they go today, but it's different though. It's different. Even the progressive will tell you to wait. Nah, you wait for justice. Wait, not right now. You feel me? Like, you've been waiting for what? How long? 150 years? The fuck you talking about? They would have hear this shit, man.
It's just a stall tactic. It's all it is, a stall tactic.
Definitely is, bro. It's bullshit.
Mud. Thanks, John.
Well, I mean, I know he's on some bullshit just based off the first sentence, talking about, I haven't thought about it, but I think it's something that we should think about. Like, if you think it's something that we should think about, motherfucker, why haven't you already thought about it? Like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, it's some insincere bullshit. And this idea, like, okay, it's after the election. Has anyone heard from Sam Harris on reparations?
Nope.
Not a word. Not that I've heard of. I mean, he could be talking about it somewhere in white folks.
Well, if anybody who listens to our show knows where the video is, please send it to us. It's resetrace at actifypress.com, right?
Yeah, please send that on.
Yeah, so go ahead and send that on. Or, you can slide it in my DMs. My DMs is open on Twitter at me 17 trillion. But yeah, go ahead and send that on so we can rip his ass up again. But
oh, that's from 2019. Oh man, September 12th, 2019. So just for the record. All right, go ahead. Everybody said what they want to say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and also, like, Sandy Darity's not hiding. I don't know why these motherfuckers act like.
And he was not hiding in 2019.
No, he was all over the place. He'll go anywhere. That dude will go anywhere.
And they acting like there's nobody that's talking about this shit in a reasonable way. And it's like, we got an economist that's been like, that's
doing this for
decorated.
30 years.
You know what I'm saying? That's decorated in this field. And like, why are you motherfuckers just ignoring it? Well, we know why you're ignoring them.
Of course.
But like, stop telling us this bullshit about why that you haven't heard a good argument.
We're gonna change that. All right, everybody good?
Yep, I'm ready if y'all are. Let's rock it out.
That's right.
Is exactly as I've experienced it. That is almost word for word what I've said, and I got quite a bit of angry pushback saying, all of the things that you would imagine could be said to someone who says that.
Yeah. So I mean, there's so many threads here that intersect in this same space, and it comes down to, I mean, on one level, on that particular point, it's a lack of political pragmatism, but which I don't think we should ever lose sight of. I mean, certainly not a year before an election where Trump is on the menu, but it goes to like we're just not in a position to have open-ended conversations with a basic principle of charity, uh, keeping everyone at the table, where you're going to assume that the other person has a point of view that's worth taking seriously based on the reasons they can adduce for their having it, right? And not based on the color of their skin or, their and some accident of birth, but just
Okay, let's
based
stop. Let's stop.
on
Oh,
Let's
the,
stop.
hold on.
Let's stop.
Can I go back a little bit? What the fuck? Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Just talking.
Sorry. Just I'd be high. Give me a minute. Like, hold on.
keeping everyone at the table, where you're going to assume that the other person has a point of view that's worth taking seriously based on the reasons they can adduce for their having it, right? And not based on the color of their skin or, their and some accident of birth, but just
Okay,
based
hold
on the
on.
a universalizable principle.
See, our, to my mind, right? Us being repaired helps the universal argument, to my mind, because if we're going to talk about getting everybody to parity or getting everybody at least up off the ground, we should be the very first consideration, right? Because we're the one. Our oppression is the key oppression to everybody else's oppression.
Exactly. Like
But
my teacher says.
Go ahead.
No, you know how she says that that black Americans are the leather that they are the leather that they sharpen the knife on to cut everybody else's throat.
Yeah, I love that saying. That is a perfect saying, and that's exactly what it is. I mean, and it's true. I mean, all this stuff like if I don't know who's read it. I read it a long time ago. The what do you call it? The story of economic hitman or whatever the name of that show this thing is. All those things they do in other countries, they perfected on us. Every last bit of it, they perfected on us. Right, and that goes to your point, Sam, of being the leather that sharpens the blade that cuts everybody else's throat. And that's an important piece. If you repair us, you undermine that whole thing. But I shall. All right, go ahead, Sam. What else? You got anything else, Sam?
No, because he's just babbling.
Yeah, John.
I had to run it back, and I still don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah. I mean, John, you want to go?
Yeah, all I got to say is, like, I mean, Sam Harris is a motherfucker like that. The alt-right motherfuckers like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've seen him do videos, like race realist videos, talking about how I bring. He look at us like we subhuman and shit already. You know what I'm saying? Like, so of course he don't think he deserves shit. So he's bullshit. I feel like he just that white man. He just talking calm and using big words, acting like he's so pragmatic and all this other bullshit. Man, Sam Harris, man, on some real shit, he a hardcore racist. Like, let's keep this shit real. And the fact that David Pakman is supposed to be, he like, yeah, definitely you can't give the Negroes nothing. Like, come on, no. You know what I'm saying? It's just bullshit. Like, he gonna say some more bullshit. He gonna get into it though, but I don't fuck with this shit. Talking bullshit.
Thanks, John. Mud, what you got?
Well, this whole thing about pragmatism, like, I can't go with this argument. I'm sorry, but you motherfuckers are depending on the black vote every fucking election. The pragmatic thing to do is to try to fucking do shit that wins us over or keeps us around. Like this shit where you guys just constantly put this carrot in front of us that you might do something in the future. Those days are over. Like, we're not going with that shit no more.
They are well
so
over.
This thing
we're
where
not waiting for our grandchildren to get some shit and that be okay.
Yeah. So this whole thing where it's pragmatic to ignore black people's concerns and issues, then you know what? Fuck it. You know, we're gonna show you motherfuckers, you know, how this shit really works. But also this, like, the whole end piece of his thing, it's just a long way of saying black people are not going to trust my opinion on this issue because I'm white, and I'm not going to trust their opinion on this issue because they're black.
White people believe that shit though. Not
Yeah.
all, but I had my ex in high school said that shit to me when we got into it. This is why we stopped being friends for like 10 years. We cool now. We Facebook friends with his beautiful twins and his nice white wife that his grandmother was so happy that he got. But
Black folks.
no. His grandmother was Greek, so she wanted him to marry a nice white girl, and he did. But because we had gotten into an argument, you know how white people got very uppity after Obama won, and they was mad at all black folks for that. Like every Negro in the world loved Obama. So he was talking about certain stuff, and I was like, no, he's like, I can Google. I was like, I can give you books. And he was like, well, I bet they were written by black people. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? As a black person, I have to read books written by white people all the time. What the fuck? Like that, I cannot. These people, whatever.
See, that's the thing. They think they can dismiss us, our scholarship, just because we're black. And then they say we're being racist if we dismiss them just because they're white,
for
or
being
say that they have
propagandists.
ulterior motives.
Yeah, but go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, what I was just gonna say, the thing is that whole you can't trust a motherfucker because of their skin color and yada yada yada. The problem I have with him making that observation is that he acts like he's above that shit when he's the main motherfucker who does that shit. He won't talk to anyone but like maybe a handful of black people that he's gotten
already
around him like
with.
that. Yeah, like that Coleman Hughes motherfucker, a motherfucker that hasn't done shit, but just go against whatever black people are saying, and that's
it. Masquerade as a black person when he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah. But that shit has given him the credentials to be elevated to a certain level of respect. And I don't know what the fuck,
I don't understand how you dance on the subway in your underpants and get to go and speak at a reparations hearing for Congress.
He Paul dancing some white tighty whities and shit. Man.
But one thing we all know is that all these white organizations, all these white white and other people in media, they cultivate what black people are around them, right?
Yep.
I've been on both ends of that, right? Luckily I'm in a space I don't need them. I never really needed them, honestly, but I'm in a space where I can speak my truth without having to worry about getting my check or getting paid or being able to eat, so and we've got to stop listening to these people that are just placed in front of us and supposed to represent what the fuck we think. We already had to shred Ben's crew. We had to shred Adolph Reed. Stop listening to these people. If they're not about putting money in black folks' pockets right now and not using it as some sort of bludgeon against good policy, like what they're trying to do to Jimmy Dore. If you're not talking about putting money in black folks' pockets, you don't know what the fuck black people need. All right. If you're not serious about that 24/7, you don't know what the fuck black people need. It is just that fucking simple.
Oh, and Brianna, we're coming for you.
Yeah, Bree, you next, Bree.
Oh Lord, that poor awkward child. All right, let's rock.
Poor kid. Of rationality, which is we just have to keep talking and examining the world and keep course correcting. I mean, this is an iterative process where the best idea ultimately wins. And
so is he basically doing the bullshit? Let's just wait for all the racists to die out, but y'all fucking 16 and 17-year-olds is calling people niggas.
But the bottom line to this is all these excuses are basically buckling to white supremacy. Yeah. What you're saying is you don't want to fight white supremacy. That's what it all boils down to. Because he benefits from it. Yeah, because he benefits from it, right? So I don't just because they are trying to put some theory together that makes it seem more plausible, but it all boils down to the same shit. This
is just so wild to me, and I don't understand how people who have Jewish heritage can just say shit like this either. Like that is very frustrating for me, and we can move on from that.
but a lot of them are also embedded in whiteness. I mean, it is what
And
it is.
anti-black racists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of them are. I mean, it is what it is. There's black anti-black racists. It is what it is. You
Yep.
know.
A bunch of them.
Yeah, we see that when we started this reparations fight. We saw that pop up all over the place.
Yep.
All right, let's ride. I'm sorry, Mud John, you have something? I'm sorry, I'm just leading people out.
Nah, go ahead.
Play this shit.
Actually play this game, it doesn't matter who you are, right? And it doesn't matter on some level. This is definitely not an appeal to authority either. I mean, obviously if you want opinions about history, you tend to go to historians. If you want opinions about neurology, you tend to go to neurologists. But on some more fundamental level, it's about the ideas themselves and their fitness and their degree of fit to the facts as we know them. And when you're really playing that game, you're only as good as your last sentence, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if you have a Nobel Prize in the relevant area. If you say something that doesn't make sense, you get immediate pushback, even from an undergraduate. And that's the way the game is played. But at no point in that process does it matter, that you're gay or trans or tall or short or black or white. I mean, it's like we have to get to a place where
Sorry, I got
referencing
you.
any of those variables.
Now we just discussed how strongly they cultivate the black people around them, right? They're building a space where what we say does not matter, right? The left has been doing this for about 4 to 6 years right now, right? If you don't agree with what they say, not to say not to say that Sam Harris is the left. Far be it from that's not true, right? Sam Harris is a right winger. It is what it is. Yeah, is he the super atheist of the era? Yeah, he is. But that doesn't make him, that doesn't put him on the left, right? That makes it he's just another racist. All right. So
That's
um
it.
with that said, these people very heavily cultivate the black people in their spaces. Again, as we talked about earlier, Sandy Darity is not hiding, just like Mud said. Sandy Darity is not hiding. Talk to him. He will shred you. He will shred every argument that you bring up, right? And that's why you don't see him in these spaces. They know he is an academic with an outstanding cachet, and they will not talk to him because they don't want the truth being told in their spaces. All right? That's the problem. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sam. You got something?
Uh, I'm on, right? Yeah. It's just more. It's just more of the curated black spaces. This dude is really babbling and he's not really saying anything, which is frustrating for me because he's just kind of like, well, we're going through the world and, in arguments, and the people who have the best arguments, you don't know any of the arguments. You said you don't know or think about reparations. So you're not taking any time. Why are y'all even having this conversation when neither one of you took any time to educate yourself on reparations? How about that?
Because they're trying to kill the idea.
That the work was already there.
They're trying to kill the idea. Google.
Oh my
Google
goodness.
Sandy Darity. William Sandy Darity from Duke University. Google. Read his book. Well, I don't think his book was out then, but still, you can read his scholarship. It's easy. All right. John, Mud. Well, John first. I'm sorry. I keep saying John and Mud at the same time, like y'all the same person. John.
Yeah, man. Man, because what he's doing, like white people love this type of shit, man. Like when it comes to our issue, they love motherfuckers that just talk. He just saying a whole bunch of big words, and you feel me? Like when you get to his initial point, we know what he's going to do. We know what he's going to do. He's just saying big words. He make white people feel good because he's not saying like don't give them niggas money. See that feeling like that's too much on the face. That's what they really say. Don't give them niggas money. No, fuck them niggas. They like fuck them niggas too. That's what they really saying. But they like, oh well, come on, universalism and you got to think about the universe and all type just weird shit. You got to be. What the fuck is he talking about?
So this is my thing. Sorry, I'm sorry to cut you off, John. So this is my thing, right? You people keep talking about how we need to fix class, right? And it's all about class. And it's all about class. But nothing that you present policy-wise fixes class. So until you come up with some ideas that fix class, I'm going to keep focusing on race because you're not trying to fix class. You're using class against me. It's not my job to figure out how to fix everybody. It's your job to figure out how to fix poor white people. Yes, I'm making an effort to do it because you people fucking suck. But like, but at the end of the day, like, nothing that you guys propose fixes class. Nothing. Free college doesn't help some white person who's been in poverty for 4 generations in the South. Like, it doesn't. Like, them going and getting a college degree doesn't automatically mean that they're going to be able to run off and have this great life. And even when you do have free college, you still got to work and do other shit so you can afford to maintain your life. So, like, what are y'all talking about? Like, so many people, like, in California, most junior colleges are free. I sit in these classes when I was in school before the pandemic. I'll sit in these classes. These classes start off full. By the end of the semester, these classes have like a quarter people in them. You talk to a lot of people about why they dropped the class. Oh man, I had to work. You know, my family needed some extra money. I had to do this. I had to take care of my baby. You know, money, money. So just because college is free don't mean people are still going to be able to go to it, because they still going to be trying to survive and take care of their families. Like $15 an hour doesn't take care of somebody's family. Y'all aren't talking about shit that fixes poor people, but you keep telling Black people to stop talking about race. That's not going to happen. You start talking about really fixing class and start to fix it, and then you'll start to knock some of the wind out of our sails with our race talk. But until you fix class, you can't shut us down on race. So quit telling me to fix class and you motherfuckers do
it. They said that's all fucking facts. But I think the con with free college for us, like, first of all, you still, even if college is free, you still got to get into that motherfucker. And our fucking primary
our shitty ass schools.
Like, our education system is so, like, but you got Black people, like these Black kids got some of the shittiest schools in the country, like. So like, you know what I mean? A lot of that comes down to money. You know what I mean?
And
like,
don't you think our free colleges are going to be shitty too?
I mean, they might be.
Our free junior colleges are going to be 13th and 14th grade, and they're going to be just as shitty as K through 12.
Yeah, John made that point early on in our shows that, you know, we get a lot of free things because of our financial situation, whether that be Medicare, whether that be free education. But our end of all that shit sucks. You know what I mean? We get the worst. We get the worst of all of it. You know what I mean? So why should we believe that that's going to be different now? Especially if we refuse to discuss race. It's different for us because we are Black, and the way this country treats Black people. And if you're not going to stand up against that, you're just going to keep that machine going. You're just going to look a little bit different, and white folks will be more comfortable, right? We'll still be on the bottom, a more comfortable bottom. That's what we're getting at. Mud, talk to me, man.
Well, I wanted to build off of both you and Sam's earlier points. The Sandy Darity thing, like, Sam Harris deals with Glenn Lowry. I don't know if you guys know who that dude is.
I know who he is, sadly.
Yeah, he's one of them tap dancing, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, Sandy Darity had a discussion with Glenn Lowry, you know, back in 2000, I think it was 2019, where he smoked Glenn Lowry.
Oh, please send me a link to that, please. That would make my day.
Definitely. I'll do that after this. But
I appreciate it.
What I'm saying is that it's not like Sandy Darity is completely out of this man's orbit. Like, he knows motherfuckers that know Sandy Darity. So there's that. And then the second thing, shit, I can't even remember the second thing now.
All right. Welcome to my world.
Shit. Damn, Sam, what you say the first time?
You know, I don't remember.
My Alzheimer's is getting everybody catching my Alzheimer's. Or my old timers, as my son used to say. You got that old timers, boy.
Damn. I had a good point and I lost it.
It's all good. It'll come back to you.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody good? So we can go on and finish this. We only got a few more minutes left.
Yeah, let's get to it.
All right.
Is just as absurd as referencing tall or short, or, you know, the color of a person's hair, right? Why don't we have more blondes working at Google, right? Why don't we? What we really need is a blonde candidate.
The fuck? So wait. So we're talking about so now we're just talking about hair as if Black people are only complaining as if Black people's condition is strictly just people not picking us because of our color. We have been systematically oppressed in this country. We have $800,000 less median wealth than white people. Say this. We are historically oppressed and we built the wealth of this country. This is a debt that is owed. This isn't about picking more blonde people to be in charge at Google. That is some anti-Black racist shit for that ass.
Mm-hmm.
I remember what I was going to say.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So this conversation is supposed to be about reparations. And like Sam said earlier, this man started off by saying he doesn't know anything about reparations. And then he started attacking this idea that I guess Black people can't be unbiased about these discussions and all this shit like that. So like, he started off not knowing shit about what the fuck he's talking about. And he's already been talking so long about this shit, trying to discredit other motherfuckers that might be talking in the same space, talking about this issue. And he doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Has anyone really heard him come with an argument against reparations besides this pragmatic shit that really doesn't mean anything?
Nope.
I ain't it.
It's some bullshit. Ooh,
yeah, but this is what they do, right? Because they want to give people escape hatches, right? To not have to discuss this. 9,800 people watched that video.
That's this bullshit.
And gave them he gave them all escape hatches. Well, we
like
don't
when
really
Bernie did, like what Bernie did when he said, "What is reparations?"
Yep, gave everybody a fucking escape hatch. As vile as that was, I don't know who talked them into that fucking talking point. That was some vile shit. How are you as a Jewish American here in the United States whose
people don't even understand how disrespectful it is?
Yeah, and we're supposed to be stupid enough to just sit on that. Fuck that. But that's what this show is about. We gonna wear the asses out.
Telling you.
About that Bernie shit, you know that Marcus dude, he worked for Bernie and he told Bernie directly that he needed to do reparations.
Yeah, he said he did that in 2015. That's what he said.
And then Bernie went on TV and said he's against reparations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like, it's not,
Bernie used the Black people around him as mascots. They were not there to be listened to. Nina was allegedly pushing him to do reparations too. A lot of people allegedly were pushing him that were Black people. He just trotted them out there to be show ponies. That was their job. That was it.
But part of the problem with that was because his inner circle, his inner circle is basically him, his wife, and what's that dude's name? The dude, what's that dude's name? Fed Security is his campaign manager, right? There's that tight inner circle, and then there's the people on the outside of that inner circle, right? And then but there weren't really, to my mind, there weren't a whole lot of Black people who were in that room who could really exert force, right? And that was the problem, right? To my mind, right? So I think things are going to change. Things are changing, right? Because as we all know, the argument for reparations is strong as shit, and it morally, economically, politically, it's a strong. There are strong arguments. All the arguments against it are leave Black folks on the bottom. That's what all those arguments are. Leave Black folks on the bottom. White supremacy wins. That's it. Those are all those arguments boil down to. John, what you got, man?
Yeah, I was just saying like about the Bernie Sanders shit about him having these quote unquote Black surrogates, Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like they really went out there to fight his proxy wars. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go fight his battles and shit like that. And I think that it's fucked up how Bernie kind of how the progressive movement is kind of hiding behind Nina. Because I know if Nina really came out and said like reparations with her chest, like this would be this would be a part of the progressive agenda, reparations. Bro, Cal gonna be like, fuck you. I'm Sam Cedar gonna be like, all these motherfuckers that I love Nina. Oh, I love her. They like because she bring that American Descendants of Slaves, that Black American energy. That you feel me? That's needed. That's needed to galvanize people. That motherfuckers got to tap into to galvanize people. But
they need us. They need our energy. Mm-hmm.
We need our energy.
Yep.
We really feeding like motherfucking being a succubus, just feeding off our energy, but not
vampires.
Yeah, and that's and Nina seems to be making a shift of coming stronger for reparations, and we got to back her on it. You know what I mean? Because if you come with reparations, we got to support you. You know what I mean? So I think well let me say this real quick because I haven't said it before and I've said it before on the show. I've been meaning to say it, keep saying it. That motherfucker, our theme song is the best theme song in the podcast world. Goddamn, John and Mud, you killed that shit. Y'all killed that shit. That was that shit. That's the only I listen to the whole intro every time and outro every time. All right. I want to say that. I want to put it out there. And I want to thank you both for putting in work on that.
Good shit. Good shit.
Good shit. Good shit.
Here.
Yeah.
Look out for our project.
Yeah. I'm ready. Shit.
The penis tape is coming. The penis tape.
The penis tape. Oh, look at him. Look.
I love it. I love it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's why y'all need to move down here with me, man. Set up a studio.
Oh shit.
All right, let's ride, family.
I think that it's not an apples to apples comparison because Blonde is not a historically oppressed group, or I mean, I think that just to pick any characteristic and equate it is not totally precise.
Well, no, but I'm imagining what success looks like. Yes, of course, there's a history of oppression that, again, just coming back to reparations, I'm open-minded on that topic. But what would a hard reset actually look like? What would a sane civil society look like? Then it would really be just hair color as far as the eye can see, right? It would not be, listen, as a person of color who has suffered this litany of injustices, I can say X, Y, and Z, but you can't say any of those things as a white guy. I mean, if we're talking about reality, if we're talking about things that scale, if we're talking about how whole societies should function, identity politics can't be the algorithm. It just can't. I mean, it's just.
So he just called Black Americans reparations fight identity politics as if we don't descend from slaves.
I told you. That's what they've been curating the talking plate. I told you.
But that's what they always go running high to is identity politics, as if as you said, Sam, like as if our issues don't exist, as if our issues only exist in our minds and in the world of fiction, I guess. I don't know what the fuck they think, but they see our lives are fucked up. They see, and we give them and none of their, as you said before, Sam, none of their solutions solve these problems. All their solutions cement the problems. And I had a discussion with one guy a long time ago. I said, okay, so you guys don't believe in reparations, but you believe in UBI. Okay, so we get a 50% plus up on UBI because of our situation. All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
y'all get $2,000, we get 10. Fuck
that. But it was like, no, can't do that because it's not all about race. So why not? So how do we catch up? That was when that's
because they don't want us to catch up. That's the thing, right?
Exactly.
Like nobody wants us to be made whole.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that was the time where that study came out that it's going to take us 228 years for us to catch up. And that's if white folks stand still. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they gonna do that.
like they gonna stand still.
Like they just gonna wait for us. Yeah, we got this. We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you.
So I think part of the problem is that we don't have honesty in these conversations.
I agree with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
You see what he said though? Like he was like, yo, what would a hard reset look like? You should listen to our show, Sam Harris. You should listen to our fucking show. MG talk about what a hard reset will look like. We talk about this shit every fucking show. The fuck are you talking about? Talking about? Is it because you got blonde eyes now and you got black and you got green eyes? The fuck are you talking? I don't know. Then he like, this is identity politics.
Nigga, are you high? That's what I really want to ask. Are you high? Like, but not like you're not weed high. Like, what kind of high are you?
But Angel dust.
Mm-hmm. and part of the problem here is that is that for so long, it's like, and it came up with Biden. For so long, we've been so happy. We just been happy with people bringing up or recognizing that we have problems, right? That's always been enough for us. For the longest time, that was enough for us in politics. But we're beyond that now, you know. So, well, at least he brought it up, and that's what this whole discussion is about. To say we talked about it, you know, to get it behind them. Okay, we talked about it, motherfucker. You didn't. It's okay. Where's the solutions? You know what I mean? Never any solutions. But we brought it up, therefore we're your friends. But you got solutions for everybody else. So
Everybody.
so there's different tiers of friends. Is that what we do? That's
No,
what
we
it is?
just don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want us to matter. That's the thing. They don't want us to matter in politics anymore. That's what the left's problem is. They don't want us to matter anymore. That's what that POC coalition was all about. They don't
Yeah, but
want.
that shit don't work. And that shit, that's
Mm-mm,
what they're learning. They're like, damn, these people aren't going to back us like that. Nope.
nope, not at all. Not at all. All right, go ahead.
Yep. Oh,
Mud, what you got?
well, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, he's trying to shut down the conversation
Mm-hmm.
with this whole thing about how identity politics plays into all of this. And like, I don't understand why these white people act like they're being persecuted and they can't talk about these issues while they're on a major podcast talking about these goddamn issues. Like, you don't see any. When has David Pakman had anybody black up there, you know, pro reparations, saying that white people can't talk about this shit because they just don't understand and blah blah. Nobody's doing that. We don't even get the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
and they admitted they didn't do the research. I mean,
yeah, like how you gonna do a segment and start off by saying, well, I don't think about this and I haven't taken any time doing any research, but here's my opinion. Fuck your opinion. Fuck your opinion. Your opinion is not valid because you have taken no time to do any research or scholarship. That is disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
You mother be so disrespectful.
David Whiteman ain't shit. He ain't shit for this shit.
Shit out of somebody
David
else.
Whiteman.
I need some
David
baby
Whiteman,
powder.
David
I just want to
Whiteman,
walk up
yeah.
and just slap him in his face with some fucking baby powder.
Yo, you know he ain't shit. Just look at the picture. You know he ain't shit. You know you ain't shit. Anti-black like a motherfucker. That's fucked up.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Is that violence? You know,
came back
AOC was
in our
talking.
comments.
You know, ELC was saying words is violence. So I guess me saying I want to slap these white men with some baby power, some violence, ain't it?
Jimmy is knee deep in their ass.
I'm so glad.
Telling you.
I'm so tired of all this soft shit. Some of these younger motherfuckers is talking about, like, y'all need to toughen up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm telling you, they fucking weak like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
your words were violence. Violence is. Yeah, listen, y'all know about violence.
No, they just trying to keep Jimmy quiet, but it's not working. It's just beautiful to see.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the takedown of AOC, that fake broad. And now they starting to talk about how she come for money. The jig is up, bitch.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. It is absolutely her plans for running for president or whatever the fuck her plans.
No more AOC from the block.
Nope, that shit is over with. That fabrication, just like what's his name? Just like Karl Rove fabricated George Bush Jr.'s cowboy persona. That motherfucker, he was a private school kid. You know what I mean? The elite private school kid, and turned him into a ranch owning fucking cowboy. So everybody wants to create these personas to run for office. This is the information age, baby. Information superhighway is here.
I went to the bodega and I talked to the people at the bodega.
No. Oh my God. Yo. I'm about to play that clip for y'all. I got that shit because she tries to play it on Breakfast Club like they had to move so she could get a good education. But that wasn't her parents' values. They just did it because, you know, they wanted her to have a good life.
That's why my parents moved. Shit, hell, that's why I moved, to get my kids a better education. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? We got the money to put them through private school, so we got to find a place where they can go. But she's getting her street cred by saying that she. Okay, so yeah, I get that, but
I grew up in Reno Valley, and I used to come to LA on the weekends. That's like me claiming the hood because I used to come up here and visit my granny on the weekends. Girl, bye.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Girl, bye.
Yeah.
I went to school the first out here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. It's the motherfuckers that don't come from poverty that think it's like cool to like run away from the fact that you had a stable life. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Like,
it's like hip hop. But everybody wants to act like they've been in the streets. You know what I mean? But it's not the case. That's not always the case.
She went to the bodega. She from I go to the bodega and then the bodega. I'm like, so what the fuck is that? AOC? You think that's you down because you go to the bodega and get a sandwich? What the fuck is this shit?
So we done with Sam and David. It wasn't much left.
We really are.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Yeah,
that's a super wrap.
Yeah, like Mud said, they just trying to find it. They just trying to build a space where they can say they talked about it. Yeah, we looked at it and it didn't seem like a good idea to us. Didn't do any research, didn't talk to any experts. I don't think it's a good idea. Let's move on. Yeah, another white people meeting. That's all it was.
That's really what that was.
And so and so like we like to provide solutions. Dr. Sandy Darity, call him. He's not hard to find, right? At Sandy Darity on Twitter. Hit him up. He'll respond. He always does. Unless you come in there with some disrespect, he'll ignore the shit out of you, which he should. All right. If you come in with respect and tell him, hey, I like to talk to you on my platform, do it. He is the premier scholar on reparations for the American Descendants of Slaves. Okay. He is the premier scholar. There is no one else. He and his wife, I take that back. He and his wife, Kirsten Mullen, are the premier scholars on this subject. Don't take any shorts. And don't think he's going to come on there and say what you want him to say, because that ain't going to be no fun for you either. But go ahead, Mud.
Don't sleep on Thomas Kramer either. I like his
oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Don't sleep on
I like his numbers now. I like his numbers.
Yeah. I love his plan.
Yeah, y'all love listening to Europeans. Y'all love listening to European white men. Yeah, go call Thomas Kramer. Yeah, call him too. Call him too. Y'all, as a matter of fact, have them all three on at the same time, right? So,
that's what I'm talking about.
They ain't gonna explode. That's too much for them.
Yeah, and if you think they're too far away, call Sam. Hit Sam up at me 27 trillion or at me 17 trillion. Hit Sam up. She'll come talk to you. That ain't gonna be fun for you either, but you'll get the truth.
Whatever. I'll be nice. I'll put on my Samantha corporate voice.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll talk to you like I talk to white people at the job. You don't talk to white people at the job.
Yeah. So there are resources. There are resources available. I've spoken on the Humanist Report before. All right. I've written about it. So there are resources if you're willing to look. All you got to do is, all these clowns are on Twitter. Who do I need to talk to about reparations? Oh, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. All right. So that's it for this show, I think. And we moved, Sam. Well, I'll give it to you.
No, you good. You good. Because I listened to it anyways. I have to listen to the whole thing anyways.
Okay. All right. So that's been our show on this video on David Pakman's channel on YouTube. Is Sam Harris on reparations. He and Sam talk about reparations. Sam Harris is his old right-wing self, and David Pakman is his milquetoast boring self. He did make some decent points because you got a real Sam Harris in because he gets to talking and he's used to people just letting him cook on some wild shit. So hey, I mean, it is what it is, and we will tell you the truth. Just talk to us. We'll give you resources. We'll give you people to talk to. If you don't want to listen to us, we give you other options. I don't know why you wouldn't want to listen to us. So like, subscribe, and share, subscribe, subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a colleague, tell somebody you don't like. All right, tell everybody. All right, that's all we got. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Yo. All right, that's it. That's what I was.
Listening to Reset Race, you're now tuned in to Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race, you're now tuned in to Reset Race. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Back on the grill again. We grilling them. reset race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in the reset race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake. On the edge, go back to U.S. Southern plantations. Penniers, Jim Crow, and mass incarceration. Redlining lynchings. We are old from this nation. You're not about justice if you ain't for reparations. MG, the wise one. Cousin Mother, intellectual. Samantha, bringing fire. Anti-black, we pressing you. No permanent friends and no permanent enemies. The backbone of the country to win. You need our energy. You gon' see. Listening to Reset Race. You're now tuned in the Reset Race. You're listening to Reset Race. You're now tuned in the Reset Race. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Put them back on the grill again. We grilling them. Back on the grill again. We grilling them. You're listening to Reset Race. ADOS need reparations to make America great. You're tuned in to Reset Race. We no longer starving while others eat off our plate. No. You're listening to Reset Race. We focused on our justice claim. We know what is at stake. You're tuned in to Reset Race. You'll find out who really about justice and really who fake.